Hi, I'm John Xuereb. If you're interested in changing your life and lifestyle like countless of others have, then stay tuned.
Having us, John. We have Mr. John Xuereb over here. He is a fitness mentor from Bodies in Motion, and he has kindly agreed to doing an interview with us from Third Eye. So, how long have you been doing this, being a fitness mentor and helping people change their lifestyle?
So this means I have to basically date myself as age. 29 years. This is me in my 30th year.
Gives you much experience.
I started in 1986, and I mean the whole concept of doing it was essentially to provide a sounding board or an opportunity for people who wanted to change their life in a different and a unique way.
What exactly inspired you to do this?
Well, the truth is that, when I was young, well, first of all, I had a very tumultuous upbringing, which means it was disastrous. It was very volatile as far as, the way I lived and how I experienced life, and very negative in a lot of respects. And then as I grew up, I was watching how a lot of other people were feeling, issues of image problems and confidence and self-esteem and self-worth and value issues. And I saw people in a gym, which is where I used to spend a lot of my time. I saw them fat, out of shape, always buying into a concept of dieting to, possibly look better and hopefully feel better. And what inspired me really was because I didn't want people to think that by looking better you'd feel better. I wanted people to realize that by feeling better you would ultimately do the things that would ultimately make you look better.
So, what does the term healthy living actually mean to you then?
Healthy living is not something that is eating a certain way. It's not exercising a certain way. It is a holistic way of being. It is healthy in the mind. It is, coming from confidence and knowing oneself and being powerful and feeling empowered about your own life and being able to take that power and become whatever it is that you want to become with it.
So many of us tend to follow the BMI scale when doing a sort of diet. Why is this not the way, and why is the BMI scale not a good scale to follow?
Well, BMI really says that for my frame, my body frame, I should weigh a certain amount. However, it doesn't take into account the type of mass that you're holding. So for example, if I'm 120 kilos and 5'9", 170 centimeters, I would be considered grossly obese. As a matter of fact, obesity class 3, which would state to any doctor or any insurance company that I am probably about to die. And that being the fact because I'm just simply overweight for my frame. But if you're overweight for your frame, but the weight that you're overweight from is coming from muscle and good positive strength, then it's irrelevant. Much on the other side, you can take, say, for example, a woman who's 40 kilos, and for her frame, she is, by BMI standards, perfect. But she could, in fact, have an eating disorder, eat one meal a day, and that she purges, and she's very unhealthy because her body fat could be 45%, which would make her very unhealthy. So as an insurer point of view, she's healthy. As far as a BMI scale, she's very, very healthy. But as far as physically, she's completely unhealthy, and that's the thing. I mean, it's not about BMI, more so body fat, and that's what we have to look at.
Okay, so as students, we tend to brush things off, like exercise and other things, on the excuse that we have to study.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we could incorporate exercise and healthy living into our daily routine that isn't so time-consuming, like going to spend hours in the gym?
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, as a student, when you're eating more effectively and nourishing your body, you become more effective at your studying. This is something that's very important. A lot of students don't realize. They don't eat, they're not fully functioning, and they're cramming for their exams, and it makes it much more difficult to understand some of the information that you're actually going through. Taking the time out, going for a walk, taking a 15-minute, 20-minute breather, just walking around campus, or going for a walk outside, or going for a swim. It takes your mind off of your scholastic work. It gets you focusing on self, And in that aspect, by taking care of yourself and making yourself much more healthy, you become more efficient at the things that you're actually doing. So it's not like, we want someone to go out and train, every day in the gym to be effective. Just take that little bit of time in a day for yourself, recenter yourself, refocus yourself, and this will make your endeavors in your school much more effective.
Why is it important for us to actually take time and educate ourselves about this topic? And why is it especially important for everyone, but sometimes those students that are going to sit for an exam to make use of this knowledge fully?
Well, everyone needs to be educated, because if you're not educated, then what is it that you're actually going to accomplish? I mean, knowledge is power, and unfortunately so many people, and so many kids especially, are not educated at all when it comes to health, when it comes to self, when it comes to self-confidence, when it comes to these types of practices. So when you're not educated, and then you actually want to achieve something, well, then you don't really have a know-how how to get it done. So it's very important that, a person is taught the things that are the most important basic things: how to eat, how to feel, in the sense that how to take the time out of your own day to self-reflect and to find your own power and your own strength and your own resources. When you have that education behind you, when you realize that, I am number one, and you can take the time to effectively put yourself in a position of strength, then everything that you're going to accomplish is going to be accomplishable. You understand? Because it's coming from a position of strength, and being in a position of strength means a position of education.